How you doing? This is David Martirano, MartiranoSports.com. We're going to go around the National League. I'm going to look at 7 teams that I view to be the top contenders on paper today. Of course, things can change. Let's start with the Atlanta Braves. Evan Gattis at catcher, up-and-coming catcher. They let McCann go. They think very highly of Gattis. Freddie Freeman at first base, as good as it gets. Nothing much to say there. Dan Uggla, perennial 25 home run threat. Andrelton Simmons, speed defense guy at shortstop, no problem there. Chris Johnson, a competent bat at third base. Outfield, Upton, the Upton brothers, BJ and Justin. Jason Hayward in right field. On paper, that's as good of an outfield as you're going to find. Starting rotation, always a Brave strength. No difference this year. Minor, Medlin, Tehran, Beachy. Fifth spot, Alex Wood or Gavin Floyd. That's an excellent starting 5. Relief pitchers, Kimbrell, Carpenter, Walden lead the bullpen. Some young players, you figure they're going to step up. It's the Atlanta Braves here. Excellent team from top to bottom. I like the Atlanta Braves a lot. Okay, now let's move on to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have A.J. Ellis at catcher, serviceable catcher. Adrian Gonzalez at first, big power guy. Alex Guerrero at second. Don't know what you're going to get, but he has some ability. Hanley at short. Great player. Juan Uribe at third. A power threat. Good number 7 hitter. Outfield, Carl Crawford. Matt Kemp, question mark, coming back from injury, but you like the skill set, obviously, with Kemp. Yasiel Puig, one of the game's up-and-coming stars in right field. Excellent lineup from top to bottom. Starting rotation, Kershaw, Greinke, Ryu, Herron, Beckett at number 5. I mean, that's a real good rotation. Nice insurance policies with Mahalam and Billingsley at 6 and 7. That's a wealth of riches in the starting rotation. The bullpen, they have Brian Wilson this year, Kenley Jansen. Those are 2 big-name power pitchers in the bullpen. You'll see how it plays out with the rest of the pen. You can say that about every team after the top 2 or 3 relievers. Like the team a lot. So L.A. and Atlanta we have right now. This team might surprise you a little bit. Against my better instinct, I'm going to put the Mets up there as a potential contender. Not necessarily to win the World Series, but to make the playoffs. Darno at catcher, big things expected of him. Ike Davis. Now I know what you're going to say. 240 batting average, power inconsistent, but he has the power. He's hit for average in the minors before in college. He's a good player. I think he's going to put it together this year. Daniel Murphy at second base, an excellent all-around hitter. Ruben Tejada at short. He can swing the bat. He's played good defense in the past, not last year, but he's played good defense. David Wright, excellent all-around player. Granderson, he's had a monster season before in the pressure cooker of New York. Just has a different uniform this time. Lagares, excellent defense. Now the final outfield spot up in the air. They signed Chris Young, who I don't like at all. But they got Dendecker, they got Eric Young. So, hopefully if Young doesn't work out, they'll just slide one of those other guys in there. Now, the rotation is a little tricky. I like Cologne a little bit. In the back end of the rotation, I like them. Nice, G, Wheeler, very solid. Cologne, fine. That's a solid 4. If Mejia slides in there, I like it. But if they put someone else, John Lannon, a Dice K, I don't like that very much. But they have the potential to have a nice rotation. Bullpen, Black, Parnell, Familia. See how the other spots fill out. Carlos Torres showing some things last year. I think they could contend if things break right. Not necessarily a World Series, but I think they could contend. All right, now let's go to Philadelphia. We got Ruiz behind the plate. Ruiz, he's a good catcher, bottom line. Ryan Howard, he's done it before. Chase Utley, same thing as Howard, done it before. Professional hitters. Jimmy Rollins, same as Howard and Utley. These guys have done it before. Cody Ash had showed a nice sample last year in his limited time. Outfield a little weak. Dominic Brown, gotta like Dominic Brown, but Ben Revere and Marlon Byrd, we'll see. We'll see how it goes in the outfield, but they'll be able to score runs. Okay, now starting rotation, Cole Hamels, Cliff Lee, Kyle Kendrick, Roberto Hernandez, Pettibone, a little weak in the backside of the rotation, but they're said to be interested in A.J. Burnett, and a lot of time between now and the start of spring training. So we'll see how that goes. The bullpen I like: Papelbon, Adams, Bastardo. They have, it's three solid guys to head the bullpen. Not as strong as the other three teams that I already mentioned, but I think Philadelphia could surprise. Okay, now let's go on to San Francisco. All right, Posey, catcher. One of the game's best catchers. Nothing much more to say there. Brandon Belt. Let's see if he continues his improvement over last season. Scutero can handle the bat. It's all right for now. Brandon Crawford, a professional hitter. Pablo Sandoval, very good RBI man. Michael Morse has shown tremendous power before. Angel Pagan, a very serviceable little outfielder. Hunter Pence, very steady, underrated outfielder. And the starting rotation, the calling card of the Giants, is present as ever. Matt Cain, Madison Bumgarner, Tim Lincecum, Hudson, Vogelsong. That's rock solid, rock solid. Bullpen, Romo, Casilla, Affelt. We'll see how the other spots break out, but that looks pretty good. I like the San Francisco Giants a whole lot. On to St. Louis, Yadier Molina, one of the most steady catchers you'll find. Matt Adams, free swinging power guy at first base. Colton Wong, Jory's still out. Peralta signed for big money, so you might be a little cautious there. Matt Carpenter could play the position. Outfield, Matt Holliday, steady, steady, steady. Peter Borjos, he can play. Let's see if he can do it now. He'll be given a new opportunity in St. Louis. Alan Craig, very underrated player. Starting rotation: Wainwright, Waka, Miller, Lynn, Garcia. Excellent rotation. Joe Kelly, some insurance. That's a real nice looking rotation. Bullpen: Rosenthal, Mott, Segrist. A little weak, but overall I like the team a whole lot. Lastly, let's get to Washington. Wilson Ramos. Liked him for a long time. Let's see if he can stay healthy. If he can do it, I think if he can stay healthy, I think he can do it. Adam LaRoche, steady. Not a top first baseman by any means, but a steady player. Anthony Rendon at second base. Well-regarded prospect. Let's see if he puts it together. Has a big year. Ian Desmond has lots of potential. Let's see if he puts it together. Ryan Zimmerman, excellent player. Outfield: Bryce Harper, Denard Span, Jason Worth. These are all hitters out there in the outfield. Not an awesome starting lineup, but it's going to score runs. All right, starting rotation: Strasburg, Gio, Jordan Zimmerman. Okay, that right there is about as good as you're going to get for a top three of a starting rotation. Back end, you got Fister, Detweiler. We'll see how that plays out. Bullpen: Soriano, Clippard, Stammen, Storin. Right there, that's a pretty nice foundation for your bullpen. All right, so today we covered, I think what I'd say, the 7, right now, today, on paper, best contending teams in the National League. We'll continue to take a look. Shortly, we'll look at the American League, the top contending teams on paper. But that's been it for today. I hope you found this somewhat useful, and stay tuned for the next session.